Hello, my name's Gary, welcome at the Tartan Groundhopper and welcome to the Glasgow suburbs at 7 AM. Today we are off to Cumbria. We are off to see Workington AFC playing the Northern Premier League. So let's get this started. Okay folks, that's me arrived in Glasgow Central. A wee bit early for the train, which was planned, so I'm going to go and get some breakfast. I'm absolutely starving, I've not had any coffee. Nothing to get me started this morning, so I'm going to get that and then we'll come back and we'll start the journey. Getting the train today, as you can imagine, down to Carlisle, and then we're going to jump across on the Northern Line to Workington. Just like that, welcome to Carlisle. So, that's stage 1 complete. Now we've got to get platform 2 for the train to Workington. Where the hell's platform 2 now? Carriage. Here we go, we're in Workington now. So it's what to do now. We are about 4 hours before kick-off. Some might see that's a bit excessive, but I've come here to look into more than just the football club. I'm going to do a bit of a tour of the town, see what it's famous for, go and see the sights. I believe there's quite a few things to go and see. I've done a bit of research, so I'm going to head off and do that. Very bracing today. It's a nice day, at least it's not raining. So, Workington. What's it all about? What did it do? Where did it come from? Workington was a very big town for iron and steelworks, and coal as well, as were a lot of places, but mostly ironworks and steelworks back in the day. Sadly no more, but that industry's gone. But back in the day, if you needed railway tracks, then back in the early days, this is very likely where it came from. They were producing these for railways all over the world. But as I said, sadly that's no more, and they've moved into basically heavy and light manufacturing in the town itself. But just up the road is the UK's biggest nuclear reprocessing plant, Sellafield, and that is the biggest employer in the area, and a lot of the people from here will work there. So that is what Workington is about now. So I've travelled up to the back of Workington, just out near the outskirts, to come and see a special place. When I come to these places I always like to educate myself. I love history, especially love Scottish history, and this is a part of Scottish history that maybe a lot of people won't know. So this is Workington Hall, which sits on a hill just at the edge of Workington. And why is it so important to Scottish history? Well, this is the last place that Mary Queen of Scots tasted freedom. So in May, let's get the date here. So in May 1568, Mary Queen of Scots fled across the Solway Firth after losing the Battle of Langside. Anybody that comes from Glasgow, has been in Glasgow, knows the battlefield area. That's why it's called Battlefield, because that's where the Battle of Langside was. She lost that battle and then fled Scotland, crossing at the Solway Firth and ending up in Workington, where she stayed at Workington Hall for a few days with the Kirwan family. She had written a letter to her cousin Elizabeth for help in regaining the throne back in Scotland, where she'd been forced to abdicate. But instead of helping her, Queen Elizabeth I dispatched soldiers to arrest her, and she was taken from here to Carlisle Castle and imprisoned there. And this is in 1568, remember. From there she was moved around various castles, and there she stayed until 1587, 19 years later, whereupon she was executed at Fotheringay Castle, which I believe is somewhere near Peterborough. A sad end to a story. So yeah, so if you're ever in Workington, just give this place a look. It's a huge piece of history that I don't think is emphasised too much. The last place that Mary Queen of Scots had her freedom. Normal high street, in a wee town, but then again, if you're wanting to buy a Velociraptor or two, and I'm sure Workington can help you out. No idea what's going on here. Seems to be a charity shop, but there is definitely 3 Velociraptors in the window. Anybody want to buy one? Here, I've had my lunch. Nice wee mini fish and chips, nothing too heavy, so that I can taste the fare at the ground at half time. So now we are headed off to the beach. Now, apparently the beach isn't something that the locals go to very often, and I'm curious to know why. Probably something to do with the fact that Sellafield's like 10 miles up the road. I wouldn't go to the beach if I had a nuclear reprocessing facility 10 miles up the beach either. So we'll go and have a little look at it and see what it's got to offer, and then we'll head to the ground. We're walking towards the beach now. This is down by the riverside. This will be the River Derwent, which leads out to the sea. I suppose out to the Solway Firth if you want to be specific about it. So it's about a mile from here, so I would guess people that come here for the game probably wouldn't walk this distance, so I'll do it for you and show you what it's like. Still people doing stuff, all little boats now, but you can imagine back in the day this would have been full of fishing boats. Want to go out to sea to get their catch in. Over there you've got a more industrialised area. Port looks like silos for storing grain, likes. So not at the sea yet. Let's see where we're going. A bit to go. I think half a mile. Plenty of time. I think it's around about 1:10. So it's good to walk off that lunch. Oh, what a pretty day it is. We're going to walk to the top of that hill. And that little domed building was for storing gunpowder back in the day. Apparently it was a safe structure to store gunpowder in. Look that up. Apparently it's quite famous in Workington. So we've made it to the beach. The tide is out, you can see the beach. There we go. Now, if you can just see that land beyond, that is Dumfriesshire, and probably that right at the edge is the Mull of Galloway, right at the very, very end of Scotland. I don't know if we can see it creeping out. It might be the land before it, but you've got Kirkcudbrightshire, all of these places over there, but that is the Solway Firth leading out into the Irish Sea, obviously. And up here, we might not be able to see it because of the sun, but up here we have the towns of Whitehaven and obviously Sellafield, the nuclear reprocessing plant I was telling you about. Just going to go and take a little look at that pier down there. Don't worry, I'm not going to go on it. But I'm also not going to go up here. Note the sign. Dangerous cliffs. There we go, I'm not going over there then. I want to get to this game. So, that's pretty, isn't it, that little jetty? So if you're ever in Workington, there's a place that's further up here. I don't know exactly where it is, it's somewhere up here. I've not got time to go to it, but it's called Slag Bank. Now, that isn't a repository for promiscuous people. It's relating to the slag that they have whilst they're mining for coal. And I'm guessing they've ejected it and it's formed some sort of mound. So it's up there somewhere and is apparently very picturesque. I can't imagine how it will be, but so I'm told. So go and visit it. This jetty just now that you saw in the previous snip, this was used for loading coal into ships, hence why the concrete is sloped towards the bottom. And it loaded the coal that they mined straight onto ships and out to sea. That's the way they did it. That's the old lighthouse at the end of the pier. As you can see, there's guys fishing. They got big rods there. They're fishing. Don't know what they're going to catch here. Obviously there's something, otherwise they wouldn't be here. So there we go, folks. You've seen Workington Beach. And as I say, a lot of people that live in Workington just don't come down here because it's mostly when the tide's in, that's it, there's nothing there. So, but you've seen it, I've seen it, you've seen it, there we go. That's us looking back now. We've got to walk all the way back up the River Derwent to Borough Park. Folks, let's talk football. We are here to see Workington AFC. They're playing Hebburn Town, I think, in the Northern Premier League Premier Division. What about Workington? Let's go through their history. Formed in 1881. They play at Borough Park, capacity 6,600. They moved there in 1909. The current manager is a guy some of you may recognise, a guy called Billy Barr, who got the job in November 25. He was a coach at Dundee previously. So this is a top v bottom game. Unfortunately, Workington are at the bottom of the league just now. They seem to be in trouble, which is probably why they replaced their manager. The team they're playing are at the top of the league and going strong. So this is going to be a difficult game for the home team. But they have drawn their last 3 games. So they have appeared to turn the corner. So hopefully the new manager's having some sort of effect. I guess we're going to find out. I showed you the pier where they loaded the coal. Here is the railway line that took that coal to the pier, which is almost directly in a straight line there. Not even bothered lifting it. Would have went straight through there. So, why have I come all the way down to Workington, you might ask? Well, a lot of groundhoppers have already been here, and the reason is that the ground that they've been at since 1909 is about to be pulled down. They're about to leave. It's about to be pulled down. And they are going to relocate temporarily to the stadium, the rugby league stadium next door, whilst a new stadium is built in the place of this current one. It's going to be some sort of community hub stadium for use by, my understanding is, for use by the rugby league and the football club. which sort of makes more sense. When you see the age of the stadium, you understand why. This is an old school stadium in every meaning of the word. The story with Workington, have they always been non-league? Well, the answer to that is a bit of a sad story. So between 1951 and 1977, this team were full members of the Football League and were round about divisions 3 and 4. In those days you didn't have the pyramid system. If you came to the bottom of division 4, there was a vote made between the ones at the bottom to decide whether the ones at the bottom stayed, or some non-league teams, whether they get voted in. And in 1977, unfortunately, Workington finished bottom of Division 4 and they got voted out, and Wimbledon got voted in. Now the reasons for this were simply geographical. It's nothing to do with any skills or quality of their ground or whatever. I don't care what they say. This was down to geography. It was down to how far other teams had to travel, and they looked at Wimbledon and thought, London team, good stuff, that'll do us. Very, very unfair in my eyes. And Workington have never recovered from that, really. And I think they'll still be bitter about it, and I don't blame them. Thankfully, that can't happen anymore. Well, not with the pyramid system anyway, but money and greed has replaced geography, unfortunately. But the leagues are a little bit better structured nowadays. So that's the story behind how Workington ended up a non-league team, and they've floated between the various leagues. They've been relegated down as far as Division 2 in the Northern League, and now they're back up to the Premier Division in Northern League, which I believe is Tier 7. But as I say, they're looking at the bottom in the league again in potential relegation again to Division 1. So hopefully the town gets behind them and helps them recover from this and get back up again and just build again. I'm told this is the stadium that Workington are going to play at once the stadium closes at the end of February, their stadium. This is the Rugby League stadium. So that's where they'll relocate to temporarily, probably for a year or two, while the new one is built. This is the stadium here. Doesn't look much for the outside, but I think once we get in, you'll see why people love it so much. You can see how close it is. The other stadium is just behind that Tesco's. So they've not got far to go, but this is going to be the site of the new stadium as well, from what I understand. There we go. Trying to get away from the music in the background so I don't get removed or chinned in YouTube or Facebook for copyright. Anyway, great to be in this stadium now. It's a real corker of an old school stadium. Absolutely love it. It's great to meet all the other groundhoppers coming down from Scotland as well. Everybody wants to see this place before it's gone, and I think it's important, if you haven't been already, put it in your diary for February. It's a must do. You just have to get and come and see it. It's just different, but the fact that it's not going to be here very soon is probably making it more important when you come and see it. Right, so here we are, Borough Park. Teams are about to come out. Terracing on one side, covered seating over there, covered terracing down a half here. It's just I really like it, but I'm old school, you know. Hebburn fans are out in force. How about that end? And here come the teams. So we're clear on who we're covering today. Workington are in red, Hebburn Town are in the green. Kick-off approaches. Just going to change position in a minute. And there we go. Just didn't make it through. It's a good ball up the wing. It's got time to cross. Cleared. Lovely. No, run at it, run! And that's too strong. That's it. He's lost it. He's lost it. Is the ball getting released? Keepers it. Keepers it. Cool heads. Cool heads. Cool heads. Cool heads. Cool heads. Very, very cool with the keeper there. Very cool. Not so much with that. Oh, oh, he's got it. Oh. At the moment, you wouldn't say there's much between the teams. You wouldn't think this is a top v bottom clash. That's a dangerous attack by Hebburn. It's got too much space. That's it. Back with him again. Given a penalty. Incredible. There's no way that was a penalty. I didn't see it. Given a penalty, Hebburn Town. Has he? Has he? I'm not entirely sure. Has he or hasn't he? Yeah, he has. He's given them a penalty. Wow. It's a big call. A goal. A goal for Hebburn Town. And he winds up the kids as well. Kids giving him appropriate returns. Saved by the keeper. Trace him. on this ball.
Goal 17.
That's coming in. Oh man. He's on. Saved by the keeper. Saved. Oh, he's offside. Offside. Mistake. Real mistake. Could be costly. That could be. Oh. That's better. This game has been really not great quality, to be honest with you. It's not been a lot of action. Well, that's half time, and it's Workington 0, Hebburn Town 1. So it's the Hebburn fans that win happy at half time, but I've got to say the football has not been great to watch. I would suggest that if either team wants to be convincing about this, they need to push a wee bit more into attack. It just, I don't know what's wrong, but either both defences are playing really well, or both attacks are playing really badly. It's one of the two. And that penalty was probably one of the softest penalties you'll ever see. I have no idea. I'm going to look at it. You can judge for yourself when you see it. Go on, come on. There, he's there. You're being hounded out. You need to support him. Skied it. There was a chance for them to take a 2-0 lead and he absolutely skied it. What's that, about 35 yards? It's almost in line with me. So I'd probably say it's about 35 yards. I don't think he's going to hit it, is he? Surely not. Oh, he was. Hit it too hard. New boys just off the bench. Offside. Oof. Offside. Good ball. Oof. Well done, Villa. Oh, you're too much of a footer. Come on, somebody hit it. Back and forth, man. Run with it. Overcomplicating it, son. Dear. Go on, swing it. Oh, come on. The majority of the pressure's all Workington now. They are really trying to get this goal, but that's a good ball. Swing it! Hit it! Hit it! Oh, come on! Swing it this time. That'll do it, that'll do it. Oh, they're going to do it now. Now's the time. There's 4 minutes to go. Oh, by the way, what a ball. Cleared. on, run, use a leg race, come on. Oh, he's away. How did they lose it to get back up the other end? Corner. Lost it again. Last ditch defending here, it really is. Lino's just said 2.5 minutes, so that's what they've got to save this game. They keep coming forward, but they're not doing anything. Strike the ball. That was definitely handball. You've got to beat your first man. Defending's excellent, I've got to say, for Hebburn. Go on, goalie, go on there. It's actually not a bad place to put the ball. It's not bad, goalie. On the deck! On the deck, guys! Swing it, is it? Christ almighty! Just swing it in! Great ball. Oh, it's all over the place. Yeah. Oh, that was your chance. That was it. Oh man, that's full time. Wow. Well, there we go. So Workington don't get the victory. They get beaten 1-0 by the league leaders. I suppose that's the way it goes. It's a great result for the boys from Tyneside. So there we go. It's a first visit to Borough Park and no doubt my last visit. It's been a pleasure to see it, to meet the people, and I hope what they get as a replacement is what they want and what they need. So thanks Workington, it's been fun. It is Baltic here. I'm just heading back to the train station because there's a quick train back to Carlisle, so I've dashed away from the ground. But I've got to say that was not one of the best games I have ever watched. I have seen better games in the lower Scottish leagues, that's for sure. So Hebburn Town held out eventually. Their defence was good enough, but I didn't think Workington were really testing them very much. I think they need to look getting players that can be a little bit more decisive in that final third, and that might help them in the final part of the season. But Yeah, it wasn't a great escape, no. But well done to Hebburn Town for holding on. That could have had an equaliser just at the last kick of the ball, but it just wasn't to be. Right, back in the train station now. So here we are, back in Glasgow, 13 hours later. Been down at Workington, caught the game, and we're back again. So, I want to thank you all for coming with me in the journey. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't been to Workington yet, and haven't seen Borough Park, I strongly advise you to go and see it before it's gone forever. Because it's well worth it. So, I'm going to sign off now, going home and going to my bed. I'm absolutely knackered. Okay folks, I'll see you in the terraces. Good night.